I'm back again to do a live feed, and if you guys aren't getting notifications, it's because YouTube settings have actually changed. So anybody that you were physically following, you'd need to go into your settings and directly look at who you're following, click the bell so you physically receive a notification. Otherwise you guys aren't going to receive notifications that I'm on live. Now, I've had a few inbox messages and emails connected to children and their energy. And I've got my nephew staying over today and my daughter's coming with her cousin. Hi, Sarah. And I guess because we've all been going through an ascension process, you know, the dark night of the soul, ascension, you know, all of us have been really physically trying to keep our heads above water at an emotional level, at a physical level. But we've also, a lot of us have had trigger points connected to empathy. And if I'm pronouncing that correct, you know, our empath aspect of ourselves where we're physically feeling so much that we're trying to keep our heads above water, emotionally speaking. Now, a lot of us are hi Charlotte, a lot of us are very concerned, for those of us who do have children, how their energy's going through this retrograde process, what's been going on with them emotionally. Now, I don't usually do readings about children, but because of this transition this year, it's really going to affect all of us collectively. So, you know, we're trying to hold on for grim death sort of thing, you know, to get ourselves where we need to be so we can give the best to our children, or to keep the balance. And especially twins, they're going to be experiencing that as well. You know, we're concerned about the kids. We want them to be okay. Now, recently, it's so strange the way the day's gone, and this is usually the way my downloads come. I've purchased a new deck of cards, and ironically speaking, I'd had all these emails about, can you do some videos on how to put the bedrooms, you know, for children that are having night terrors, which I'll walk through that with you guys more on a 3D level so that you can see visually what I mean when I say how to position a bedroom, okay? So that's for your kids. If your kids are having trouble sleeping, a lot of children that are coming through now are going to be visually feeling things, especially if you are an empath, okay? So if you visually were and physically were as a child, a lot of their energy is going to come through where it's going to be tuning into it. So they need to feel that. A lot of the kids' energy at the moment is everywhere. So, but you've got to remember, same with twin energy, same with children energy, and collectively this energy is affecting all of us. So what we're physically feeling inside, they're receiving that energy. So then they're projecting it back at you, and you're going, oh, you know, what's going on with this? Now, there are some things that they're physically experiencing in heightened emotions. So you may experience your children having, like, there's traditional ways children are moving, okay? Let's not out all that. This is excessive energy. So it can be excessive anger, agitation, you know, where they're introverted or extroverted, but it's just to the excess at the moment with their energy. And it's because they're not aware of what is going on with the planets. You know, many of us as females, our cycles were changing, and that was due to the actual planetary alignment. So many of us would have had our cycles bump out. Now, emotionally, that's triggering younger teenagers and females. So on top of that, they're going to be feeling, hey, what's going on with my body? This is, you know, something's going on. It's not only going to affect that, it's also affecting their emotions. Now, the new deck of cards that I've got, I mean, how bizarre, right? Alice in Wonderland. And I picked the deck up and I was looking at it and I thought, wow, these are beautiful. Now, my nephew, I generally will only for children use oracle cards or chakra cards. I don't go into tarot with children. But I more try and help the way they can empower themselves. And really, as parents during this time, what you can do is when they're coming up with a dilemma, when they're coming up with an emotion and they're feeling disempowered, you need to somehow help them understand what is going on and how they can look at something differently. Now, you can't prevent them from feeling all these emotions because it's the same with us actually learning lessons. these energies are situations that give us a backbone and help us move forward, but we can help them look at situations differently and help them become self-aware. Now, I have pulled the cards and I'll go into what's going on with these cards. The first card, I'll let you have a look at the imagery. It's beautiful. Now, it's in reverse, okay? Now, this will be for your teenagers, your younger kids. Yeah, anywhere from, say, 2 up. Now, it's in reverse, so it's mortality. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Now, it's in reverse. It can be that they're looking at their world and they're saying, you know, I'm young. Why is this all happening? Why on earth is everything changing so much? I don't understand why this situation's happening right now. So it's really them trying to come to a comprehension of everything, how it's really done a 360 for them. So energetically, where you guys physically are and on their 3D life of what's happening, they're looking at it through young eyes, but maybe we should listen to them as well and see what they're physically seeing, sensing, feeling. Because a younger perspective may actually help us see eye to eye with what they're saying. Now, they're still looking at the world with very fresh eyes, but they're holding things in. They're really suppressing their energy where they feel it's incorrect because of their age bracket, that they can't physically communicate with you at the moment. And they feel that's their place. So if you're finding your kids at the moment are choosing not to say anything, you need to drag it out of them, because that's what they're doing. They're actually doing that because they're looking at the 3D society of what has been in life and they're saying it's not appropriate. But this is a lot of the old paradigms of us older generation. We're physically learning to step away from that. That's the way we were conditioned, and if we're changing, we need to help them change too and show them that that's okay, it's acceptable. Okay, it's causing agitation. So the next card is about keeping your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. Now, this can be they're holding the anger in and they're not using it in an effective manner where they're exercising, or it could be they're going and doing boxing, art, rapping, whatever it be. It's like they physically need to change that energy into something positive. Now, if you have a child and they have an animal around them, pay attention to the connection they're having with the animal. I'm not feeling anything negative. I'm more feeling the animal is intuitively picking up on this child or teenager's energy. And it's like if this animal is going towards this child quite a bit, the animal is physically picking up on the frequency of the child and is concerned about the energy that's coming through with the child. Now, I would say for your child, depending on what you physically feel, what you feel is correct for raising your cat, see, I just read your message, raising your child or your teen, it depends on how open you and your family are. You can use crystals. You can clear their room where it will be an incense stick or a smudge stick, because the energy that they're holding in their day, they're holding that. They need to learn to get it out and express it. You need to get them involved in some activities or get down to their level where they can communicate with you and express it, because they're almost, it's a bit like having something, the go-to. They need a go-to at the moment to be able to tame this anger. The pet or things around them that they're utilising to sideswipe their energy. It can be computer games. It could be their friendships, or kind of hiding themselves in their bedroom. Whatever they're doing, they need to do something. Okay, now the next card, empty words, not living in the now. It can be that they're hoarding things or holding to full, that word's empty. So this can be anything from excessive eating to just doing things where they're having lack of faith in people, or how would I put it? They need to have an aspect of belief in them. So they're directly seeing truths in situations, the way they're looking at the world. And this isn't every child. This is particular pockets of energies of children Again, it's the way they're visually seeing the world. It doesn't have to be what they're physically doing. It's the way they're physically seeing the world. So you may feel that your child is very observant at the moment and looking around at situations. They're absorbing it and they're noting what's going on. And they're feeling that this is a dog-eat-dog world. They're psychoanalyzing every aspect of what is coming through. And they're trying to process that information like a computer, but they need to have that switch off time, because unless they can have that switch off time, their mind is working overtime 24 hours a day. Okay, now these cards were in reverse. Oh, that was spooky. Okay, now this card, I'll show you the card. And I'm going to have to interpret reverse. Now it says, forget who you are. They know who they are, but again, it's like maybe they feel the external is not seeing who they are. So it's not really an aspect of they don't know who they are. It's like they're not understanding that they're evolving. So they know who they are, but they know that's changing, and they won't look. Naturally, children change, but unfortunately, the way the planets are, it's fast paced. So these energies are changing them a lot quicker than naturally intended. But it's because they're spiritually coming to a place where they're advancing, so they may not actually understand what is going on with them and why they're having the ebbs and flows of the highs and the lows at the moment. And again, look, there are natural highs and lows within life. That's a given. But the way we are with our purging, and, you know, there can be tower moments going on. These things, they're having to adjust very quickly. Now, the agility or the strength that it's going to cause in these children is positive, but they may need the extra understanding around that time, but don't overcompensate. Be mindful and help them understand, but at the same time, help them move through that energy. Now, they have this card in reverse as well. I'll let you have a look. Now, this card about... My daughter's calling me. They feel trapped in some way, okay? Because this card is about and passing a test. It's like they're tired. They don't know where they fit. They're trying to work out where they fit in life. Be that they have a limited amount of friends, which I always say that you should have no more than 5. Your true friends will only be on one hand. You will always have direct connections and you will love people dearly, but as a child growing up, you'll have those key friends you'll go to. You know, it's like on Facebook, oh, I've got X amount of likes. You know, that does not define you. Yet in the earlier ages, that's not the way they look at things. Yet it can be a very lonely time when they see that they've got 300, you know, followers on their Facebook account, yet 1 or 2 only talk to them, okay? So the truth is they need to see that, but you need to help them understand that, because their ego, their self-esteem and their care for their self has nothing to do with the likes on something. Try and help them have that power so they can physically see that they're not defined by a picture, a name, a status, a financial status, or their friendships. And that's going to help them be a lot stronger in the energy of who they are. You may need to allocate time separate to do some talking with them, or have... And it's so hard. I mean, we can have families where we've got 5 children. We can have families where we're both working parents. To try and fit everything in, it's so hard to manage that. And it feels like parents at the moment are having a lot of troubles with their personal life, and the kids, and all of us collectively are going through it at the moment. Okay, now this card is in reverse as well, and this is the last card. So it's like they're wanting guidance, but you guys need to be aware of where they're getting their guidance from. It could be that their friendships are leading them astray, and you can't really control that. But if you are to the on who your friends are, test them. I might as well add her. Hello, my love.
Did you pick the kids?
Yes, they're here. You can come.
Okay, well, I'm in Coburn just chilling out because I was going
I am live. You are speaking live on YouTube.
Hi.
Hi.
And I'm really bored and I've got foundation all over my jeans and I look really trashy. And my hair's getting all busy after I straightened it and
Can
I'm
you hear
really
this?
not happy about that.
She's upset because her foundation is trashy.
No, my foundation's really good actually. Some people say that it looks like I'm glowing, which is really good. It's like a word that I said technology.
Language! I have to go.
Sorry. No, Mum. I love you.
I love you and I will see you soon.
No, wait.
See? Okay. They're seeking advice. They might find they're not looking for it and they may need it. So it might be what's going on. You need to pick up the signs. You need to see if you can see a change in behaviour, change in mood. Are they quiet? Are they verbal? Just on chronicity, we're reading the adolescence and teen energy, and that's only because a lot of people have been inboxing me. So look, you're going to find your teens might be super agitated, moody, very lippy. It is an energy that's going to change, but it's it's not just a traditional run-of-the-mill, hey, we're raising our kids right now. This year is going to be difficult for that. We are going forward. We are going backwards. If you physically know the energy and you're on YouTube and you're looking at it, the mindfulness, helping them be mindful, connected to this, they're going to see the world differently. You know, it might be chakra. It might be animal totem cards. It might be them communicating with their friends. Anything that is going to actually directly help them express. So can I ask you some questions? Do you want to talk on YouTube? Do you want to come and say hello? You know you do. So how have you been feeling?
I'm happy.
You've been feeling happy every single day. Nothing aggravates you.
I'm happy and sad.
You're happy and sad.
That's it.
So daily happy and sad? Do you want to come and tell them that? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Should I ask Jordan? So see, he's been saying that he's been feeling happy and sad. So what have you been feeling happy and sad about?
I get to play with my friends at school.
So do you prefer playing with your friends?
Yes.
Is that all? Everything else is perfect. And you're like, oh, you could win lotto.
But sometimes I get sad when my dad plays a lot.
Yeah. So are you finding that the big people's attitudes are affecting you? See, right there. And that is because we are going through it as adults. All of us are. And look, my daughter has said this to me. My daughter honestly has said to me, you don't understand. And I'm like, well, I'd be in it. It's very hard when you are physically in that energy to get to a place where you're trying to get grounded and you're like, the whole world's falling down and you're human. Like, it's not, this video is not about the fact that there's no pointing. It's just the awareness of we are all going through this. Even my cat.
Here's a cat. Meow. Meow, meow.
You had a meltdown. Yeah, I have days. Oh, God, now my mother's calling me. I love you, Mum, but she's tuning into my energy. I'm staying at this frequency. I'm not going there. So I'm going to quickly run through and I'm going to show you the room because somebody asked me about how to set the room up. My poor cat's running. She's like, no, I'm out of here. She's got used to it. So I'll walk you through and I'm just going to give you an idea because I had some clients. Jordan, do you want to say hello?
Hello. Hello, other world. Hello, YouTube.
They don't care. See, technology. Take them for a hike. Okay, now, which room can I use? I'll use mine. Now, don't you be spreading this video, okay? Okay, mirror. Right, we've got a mirror. This mirror is okay in a bedroom because it is going across the bed. However, Your feet being here near a TV, if it's shiny, that can be the psychic portal to the base of your feet. So you've got to be careful about that. It's not huge, but it can be enough. Now, here's another thing. Base of the bed, window. This can be problematic as well. Now, for me, this is where I sleep, right? Smack bang in the middle. That's because I'm psychic and I ain't getting my feet ripped off the bed. Now, for your children, what you're going to find, if the mirror was facing the base of their feet, the energy can come through, okay? So that can basically pull their energy and they're going to have night terrors, bad dreams. So see, my window is actually at the level of the bed. You need to be careful of that. So if the mirror is at the level of the feet, that's problematic. What else? So if you've got a bunk bed, for instance, there's the energy underneath. So this bedroom's fine because you've got the bed and the wall.
Hello, the world.
Teens.
Hello.
Hi, Tyson. So yeah, be mindful of that, because what you're going to find is your children having the aspects of being an empath, they're going to pick up on that energy, and that's going to be problematic for their sleeping. So, you know, if your kids are having nightmares all of a sudden, ask them what they're dreaming about. Try and get a journal where you're jotting down what they're physically experiencing when they're sleeping, and pay attention to it. And if you've got questions, inbox me on the website. Go to the website and inbox me, and I can decipher the dreams and I can tell you what they may be. Because as a child, I psychically saw things, you know, and I can tell you what some of these things are and what's going on with them. Whether it be something that I can say, hey, might go get that checked, or I can tell you from a psychic. There are lots of different things that you can look at, but having the actual room cleansed, if your room's like that, you need to move it, okay? So make sure look, you could have your feet facing a window, but you'd need to put a desk above your feet level, and that would block the energy. Don't have your bed where the base of your feet is facing out an open door. That's not going to work either. Any questions? Try and have the conversation with your kids, or, you know, tune into their energy. We are all like telephone calls at the moment because of this bloody retrograde. It's like almost like we're directly feeling what each other are feeling. Look, I do, Sarah. It's just the energy I saw. What about head of bed facing window? No, that's okay. Pardon? He will in a minute. I'll be off. Look, you know you do. You're aching for it. He's going to be a movie star. Look at him.
Hello, bye.
Yeah, so the head's okay. It's more the feet pointed. But you'll find under the bunk there is that hollow underneath. That the energy needs to be filled. You need to fill under the bed so that because our spine as well, you know.
That's why I'm scared.
There you go. He's saying it himself. So, do you sleep well in your bedroom? Come talk to them. They want to know because they've got children. Why can't you sleep at night?
Because I always think monsters on my bed.
See, there you go, because he always thinks monsters are under his bed. Well, do you want me to give you some crystals? Mum will let me give you crystals anyway.
What crystals for?
Protection stones. Smudge stick. Put some crystals under their bed. You can get the black tourmaline, I think they're called, the psychic protection. Place them in the kids' bedroom under the bed, and that'll neutralise that spot. And look, if you walk through a room, you will physically feel hot and cold energy. When you're alone and it's quiet, walk into your child's room, gently walk around the perimeter of the room. If you can feel hot to cold changes, clear that section, okay? They're pockets of energy. You need to clear them. And if you've got any problems, you can write under this video. I'll respond back. If you've got anything you want me to, I just don't know how to express it. So even if you're making it a playful conversation, or because it's throat sharp, I've got the boogeyman under my bed. I mean, they're probably thinking, I know I'm little, but I'm telling you honest, like this is what I'm thinking. And look, regardless, tear them out. And sometimes they're not going to talk to you, regardless of what you do. So, you know, your awareness can be, you might not get to drain it out of them, but if you tell them what's going on and, hey, you know, I've been feeling a bit funny because did you know that the planets at the moment, bloody, bloody, blah. I mean, it might sound far-fetched, but if they've got that, they'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one. If you're saying, hey, haven't you been feeling funny lately? I have been. I feel like a yo-yo. And your teen's going to go, like my daughter said to me the other day, she hung up on me. And so I called her and I said to her, I didn't hang up on you. And she goes, yeah, I know. Anyway, otherwise go through to YouTube and you can inbox me on there, but leave your email so I can respond back. And if you're wanting a particular style video to be done, you know, I can do that. But the energy with them is agitated at the moment. That's why I've been guided to do the video. Plus, how spooky. I mean, Alice in Wonderland. And the next thing you know, I had all these emails about children. So I hope that helps. And don't be hard on yourselves as well. That's another thing I wanted to say. We can only do so much. It isn't that, you know, anything we're doing is wrong. It's just we're wondering what's going on with our kids. And the cards are saying, yeah, I get you, I'm with you. So that's all this is for, a visual 3D, and to show you how to set the bedroom up. If you can say, and you're open to it within your family, old feelings are going to come up and it's very natural. Hey, put it in layman's terms, be it to your teenager. You'll be surprised by some people actually knowing a lot about astrology. So be open, we're all changing. Love and light, guys. I will talk to you later. I'm going to get on with my weekend and I'll talk to you later. What about the head of the bed facing the window? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just do the best you can. Like, don't be hard on yourself, guys, because we are all feeling it. It's not... There's no point having self-hate. We're not God. We can't make the world perfect. Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was the Great Wall of China. Just have compassion to each other. Have understanding. You know, we do the best in our life, whatever they be. We have to all be gentle with ourselves. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.